Designers recently gathered at the Gallagher Convention Centre for the much-anticipated 100% Design. Visitors were inspired by the latest innovations and creative executions in art, fashion, furniture and interior design, to name a few.
I think what's really interesting about the Joburg design industry at the moment is it's a group of designers who are somehow involved in a movement that is really unique to Joburg. It's celebrating the fact that people actually love living in an urban environment, and people are really beginning to love and understand and really push a Joburg style. On our feature exhibitions, we create themes where we really like to express what is in the zeitgeist at the moment.
Work isn't static anymore, it's constantly evolving. We started the Epic range about 3 years ago, and we have a whole spectrum of products that fall under this range. But what we're presenting here at the show especially is something a lot more in tune with the times. There used to be your desk and there used to be a meeting place, and now the in-between spaces are becoming a lot more utilized, a lot more dynamic. Small meetings, people doing brainstorming sessions, people branching off and having a quick meeting.
So this collaborative project, Seed to Seat, was conceived nearly 2 years ago, where we approached 7 designers in Australia, actually 6 in Australia and 1 in New Zealand. And we gave them a very basic brief, which was design something to sit on using American hardwoods. So it had to be solid American hardwood, lumber or timber, no veneers, no engineered wood products, which is quite a challenge when designing something to sit on. Now we've come here to South Africa and we have 7 designers here, 5 from Cape Town and 2 from Johannesburg with exactly the same brief. It's probably the most environmentally friendly material that we know in terms of a building product or a material to make furniture from. And there is this huge forest in America which needs to be used. So here's an opportunity to introduce 7 designers to species of hardwood that they may never have heard of and certainly never used, and to see what they think of them.
Among the furniture designers who took part in the Seed to Seat feature was David Cranor, who also embraced the opportunity to use his latest work in the 100% Cafe installation.
I was really keen on jumping on the opportunities to sort of show our work in a real-life environment, so it was a really cool opportunity, just expressing myself in that way. I think imagining furniture and imagining space within a furniture sort of goes hand in hand. I think it all has to do with your design eye and your design sense and aesthetic. Knowing furniture and understanding furniture well plays into space, and the awareness that you need to interpret space is the same awareness that you need to interpret furniture within a space. So it's sort of a natural progression. And also with my business moving into more spatial installations, buildings that we're doing, living pods, it sort of becomes that as well.
The PPC Imaginarium encouraged artists and designers in categories such as film, fashion, sculpture and industrial design to show their talents using concrete.
It's incredible what people can do using cement as a material, as an inspiration to create virtually any object, any item. The PPC Imaginarium is a platform to support, profile and mentor emerging young designers in South Africa. We are very much part of the history and the story of South Africa. We were there when South Africa was built. So from the Union buildings to Gariep Dam to Gautrain Station, PPC cement was used. So very much in the vein that we are part of the South African community, we're part of the South African story. What we're doing is that we decided to give back. That we give back to design and innovation in this country, because that is the only way that a country can grow, is through design and through innovation.
We Are Joburg and Young Gauteng, presented by the Gauteng Tourism Authority, were features that expose the urban style that's currently emerging, as well as the dynamic work of newcomers in the design space.
I designed a drinks cabinet. It's a drinks cabinet that's been in the making, but it needed to be edited. It was a design that wasn't resolved yet. We managed to like relook at the design, rework it, change the palette, play around with materials, and it's resulted in a really sophisticated piece. It belongs in a completely different collection, which is maybe a collection of the future. It's like one of my newest, very different pieces. And I'm excited to see what more will follow based on what we've done with that piece.
I'd never thought I'll ever be like that girl that designs rugs. My designs comes from when I was doing a research of who am I in terms of our culture. And I learned that I'm actually a Montwani, raised in the Botswana clan, and I'm a granddaughter to the Ndebeles. So that fascinated me about who I am, and I decided to tell a story about self through my designs. And also color resonates to who really I am, because I love color.
What I'm really looking forward to in the future is, I think represented in Young Gauteng, is the new dynamic that's coming from our youngsters. I think they're bringing in elements that are much more related to experience. I think design is going very much towards experiential, almost intangible things. If you look at what we've done with the light tank, that is just an evocative, poetic, creative force out of light. It's just a light and a computer program, but it is really amazing. And that's really going to impact on the design world, because it's not just about creating solid things, it's about creating experiences.
The design world is ever evolving, and every year brings new trends and creations by both local and international designers. Look out for next year's exhibition and become a part of this tactile and immersive experience.